hello there. Today I will be reviewing a movie for you guys, and this film is called Tom at the Farm, otherwise known as Tom à la ferme. And this is a movie directed by the one and only Xavier Dolan. And if you guys don't know who Xavier Dolan is, I highly recommend checking out this guy's work. He's a phenomenal director in my opinion. Xavier Dolan is just some French dude who's only 26 years old and he's already made 5 feature-length films. And all of his movies are pretty phenomenal. The first movie he ever did back in 2009, I believe he was around 18 years old, somewhere around there, but he made a movie called I Killed My Mother, which is somewhat of an autobiographical movie based on his life, and yeah, it's really good. It's about him and the relationship with his mother, and Xavier Dolan is also gay, and he actually portrays a lot of the main characters in his own movies, and yeah, all of his characters are somewhat gay, but what I really like about his movies is that they're not movies focusing on the subject of someone being gay. They're just more so movies about a character who just happens to be gay, like any other character. So his movies never really shove that into your face, and he handles the subject of being gay very maturely in his films, and I really like that about him. His other movies include Heartbeats, Lauren Anyways, Tom at the Farm, which is the movie I'm going to be reviewing for you right now, and his latest movie, which I have not seen yet, Mommy, which looks absolutely amazing. I've seen all these guys' movies, of course, besides Mommy, his latest one, but each movie he makes just seems to get better and better and better. Like, I Killed My Mother is just a great film on its own, but just each movie after each one, like, it just gets better and better, and you can really tell that this kid is improving as he makes movies. And by the time this guy turns like 42, only God knows how awesome his movies are gonna be. But for now, I'm going to be reviewing his 4th feature-length film, Tom at the Farm, which was actually just recently added on Amazon Prime. So if you guys have Amazon Prime, then I highly recommend checking out this movie. And as I mentioned before, Xavier Dolan is a French dude, so all of his movies are French films. And because of this movie was actually released back in 2013, but wasn't released in the United States until 2015. But Tom at the Farm is a very intriguing thriller, and I really don't want to give much away, but I will give you the main idea of the plot. The film is about Tom, who is the lead character, played by Xavier Dolan himself, and basically what happens is Tom's boyfriend sadly passes away, and so he goes he drives all the way to this, this house in the middle of nowhere. It's like it says in the title, it's a farm, and Tom's going to his ex-lover's house where he can meet his mom and his brother. But the interesting thing is that the family was not aware of their son's sexual orientation, so they weren't quite aware of the fact that he was gay. And yet shows up Tom, who happens to be his boyfriend, and yeah, he's just kind of showing up at the house. And let's just say that his ex-lover's brother is not very fond of Tom. In fact, he kind of hates him, and that's all I'm really gonna say without spoiling much. I know the details I gave you weren't, that intriguing, it seems like, or really that interesting to some of you, but believe me when I say that this movie is pretty damn intense. My eyes were glued to the screen the entire time, and there really was not a single dull moment in this film. Let me first start off by talking about Xavier Dolan's performance in this movie, and he does an amazing job playing Tom. In fact, all of the actors in this movie did a very good job. All of them seemed very believable. They were all very great actors. And what I love about this film is that you really get invested into Tom's character. You're rooting for him, and let's just say that by the end of this movie, you just kind of want him to be okay. And the movie does a good job at creating a lot of tension, and like I said, you really are rooting for Tom in this movie. The brother is a huge asshole in this movie, and I don't know the actor's name, but he does a very good job at playing an asshole, I'll just say that. And the movie overall, it's very suspenseful. That's all I can say about it. I really don't want to give anything away at all. I just want you guys to go into this movie for yourself, and hopefully you'll love it. It is a very slow-paced thriller, however, and if you guys aren't into slow-paced stuff, then chances are you're probably not gonna like it, because there aren't really scenes in this movie that stand out more than the others. It's kind of a very slow, straightforward film, and each scene is just kind of very intense. I can't really explain it, but when you watch this movie, you just kind of get this feeling of you feel uneasy, and you want Tom's character to be okay. But yeah, guys, the film looked great. The cinematography was wonderful. Xavier Dolan did awesome at directing this movie. And from the movies I've seen from him, this is so far his best. Like I said, I've only seen his first 4. I have not yet seen Mommy, but this one's his best from what I've seen, of course. I think this is a very, very good film. And Xavier Dolan definitely has his own style of filmmaking, and all of his movies tend to be very, visually pleasing. They look amazing. And the movie does a good job at doing that, where it's very visually pleasing, and the visuals kind of blend along with the atmosphere, and it kind of creates this very dark tone, and it's, like I said, kind of intense. But yeah, guys, there really isn't much else to say about Tom at the Farm. Again, it's just kind of a movie that you kind of have to see for yourself. I really don't want to give anything away, but yeah, I would 100% highly recommend this movie. And yeah, I just think it's a great film. And overall, I'm probably gonna give Tom at the Farm a 4 out of 5. Xavier Dolan just continues to surprise me with this movie, and honestly, like I said, I cannot wait to see Mommy. And he also has 2 other movies that are in production right now that he's making, and I honestly cannot even wait to see those either. And if those next 3 movies are as great or possibly even better than his first 4, then I can probably consider Xavier Dolan to be one of my personal favorite filmmakers. And like I said, the crazy thing about all of this is that he's so young. He's only in his mid-20s, and the dude's already making so many great films. And honestly, I'm so glad he's young, because I just don't want this guy to stop making movies. I am going to be looking forward to every single one of his films in the near future, and yeah, I really like Tom at the Farm. So far, it's my favorite of his, and yeah, so would highly recommend Tom at the Farm, guys. Definitely check it out. And that is it. That is it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Jacob Palacio, and I will see you guys later.